Good afternoon and welcome to WINOL News. I'm Jen Howard and this week we will be bringing you the latest news from all around the county. After a number of incidents at a junction in Kingsworthy, is it finally time for changes to be made? Torrin Budd investigates.
A junction in Kingsworthy has been grabbing local headlines recently after a spree of road traffic incidents. Mark Goulding is the owner of Winchester Coffee Roasters. His son is the delivery driver of the company and was involved in the most recent incident at the Carlton Horses Junction.
The problem with that junction is because it's on as you come in out the Carlton Horses, it's on a bend. Even if there's only one car in the traffic turning into London Road, you can't see round it properly. A small roundabout would be dangerous. The road's too busy for that, but a large roundabout would totally do the job.
Yeah, definitely. I think they just need to change, make the road markings a bit more clearer maybe, or put a little roundabout in or something. Something should be done, because there's been a few accidents there recently.
Councillor Jackie Porter, whose ward the junction is within, told the Hampshire Chronicle the junction has changed, but has since created even more confusion, and we continue to seek a roundabout there. But Hampshire County Council haven't considered the accident record as bad enough. Surely it is now. So with 3 incidents in just 2 weeks here at the Carlton Horses Junction, one ending in fatality, it's more apparent than ever that something has to be done to improve the safety of this junction. Torrin Budd, Winchester News Online.
We've just learnt in the past half an hour that there has been yet another incident at the Carlton Horses Junction in Kingsworthy, taking the total amount to 4 accidents in the past 2 weeks. With train strikes continuing to mess up our 2022, things seems to be looking like the strikes may be stopped. With the RMT calling off the November strikes, chaos still remains. Jamie O'Sullivan has more.
On strike from the strikes. On Friday afternoon, the RMT said that strike action carried out by thousands of its members at Network Rail will no longer take place on the proposed 3 dates, the 5th, the 7th and the 9th of November. But due to the time of this announcement, train services on these days will still be severely disrupted, operating with reduced timetables and a scarce workforce due to a lack of time to rearrange work schedules. The strikes have been taking place throughout the year, usually on busy travelling days such as the weekends, bank holidays and busy commuting days like Mondays. The cancellation of these strikes have caused equal amounts of chaos for travellers, so travelling on trains still looks rough. The RMT union has secured a meeting with Network Rails across the country in order to discuss the payment options to end these strikes. However, the secretary of the RMT union has said that they will continue to strike if the correct sum and deal is not made. Will this finally signify the end of this train strike saga? Jamie O'Sullivan, Winchester News Online.
After 3 months, Southern Water's hosepipe ban has been lifted. Amelia Hopkinson is here to tell us more on how we can save water throughout the winter.
The people of Hampshire and the Isle of Wight no longer have to restrict water use outside of their homes after Southern Water have lifted their hosepipe ban. The temporary use ban was put in place on the 5th of August after a drought was declared. It was the first ban in the region since 2012 and was introduced due to water levels plummeting in the River Test and River Itchen. Southern Water said that a drop in demand along with wetter weather had seen river levels rise so that the ban could be removed. Community support for these measures over the past 3 months helped save around 11 million litres of water. Although the ban has been lifted and made a huge difference, the drought hasn't gone away yet, so it's vital everyone keeps saving water over winter. Southern Water has provided some small changes which you can make. Put water in the fridge to cool down rather than letting the tap run cool. Only boil the amount of water you need. Only push one button on a dual flush toilet. Wait for a full load before using the washing machine or the dishwasher. Turn off the tap while brushing your teeth. Take a shower rather than a bath. And wash your car with a watering can or a bowl of water rather than using the hose pipe.
The University and College Union are set to release dates for their strikes over the next month, just after 3 o'clock today. We now go over to our education correspondent, Alistair English, who has the latest.
Yeah, thanks, Jen. So, not all the details have been released yet, but what we do know is that from previous strikes, a lot of the lecturers will walk out over pay and conditions. From previous years, the university will try and replace these lecturers, but will face substantial disruption in doing so. There is fear for students that if the industrial action continues, it could affect their final exams, so it is a worrying time for students. I tried to contact the student union earlier today, but they weren't willing to comment until all of the details were released. Back to you in the studio, Jen.
Thanks, Alistair. Now, this weekend marked Bonfire Night, and fireworks are something for all ages to enjoy, and in Winchester, it's no different. Normally gathering for a bright and beaming occasion, an absent few years only grew the public's anticipation for its return. Alistair English has joined the fun.
The flame was finally lit again in Winchester on Bonfire Night. The crowd gathered into North Walls Recreation Ground for the first time in 2 years.
As you can see now, everyone's out, everyone's loving it, looking forward to a brilliant event tonight and bringing it back to Winchester.
During the last 2 years, the public couldn't watch the fireworks as they were socially distanced. But this year, everything is back to normal.
The procession was cancelled for 2 years due to COVID, but everyone is delighted it's now back on.
So yeah, I went to the one about 4 years ago, I think it was. It was really, really good. I believe it's where they have the massive man, isn't it, in the middle? Yeah, it was really good last time. I'm very, very excited, yeah.
Yeah, super excited.
Because I grew up in Winchester, so obviously it's been a long time since this has happened, so yeah, it should be a good night.
So you're looking forward to the evening?
Yeah, massively. I haven't been to fireworks since.
Excited, yeah. I came 2 years ago. Light Up Winchester 2 years ago was good, but looking forward to it now.
Even the organisers were looking forward to the evening.
Tonight, it's been a busy weekend for us guys, round table guys, but we're all pumped. We're really excited to bring this event back, and it's my first time of actually witnessing it. I've always worked on it, so yeah, really looking forward to enjoying this evening.
After 2 tough years, the bonfire in Winchester is finally lit. Alistair English, Winchester News Online.
Winchester City Council revealed draft for housing and business construction for the next 15 years. The plan went out for public consultation last week. It will remain under until mid-December. Doria Pavro reports.
Winchester City Council approved the plan, which sets out how development, including housing, business construction and infrastructure, will progress up to 2039. The plan must face major new challenges: climate change, affordability, and protecting Winchester's natural environments.
The goal is that our district keeps being a really attractive and pleasant place to live and work and enjoy yourself. We want the plan to be as strong as it possibly can be, and we want to set forward a really positive, green, sustainable future for our district.
The plan is now out for public consultation since the 2nd of November and will remain until mid-December. Some councillors have already shown their opposition to some plans.
We want to build on brownfield sites, not greenfield. And in the current draft plan, there are a number of greenfield sites, particularly in South Wonston, which is in the ward that I represent. And as you can imagine, residents, the parish council and the city councillors are all really unhappy with that.
The draft is not the final plan, but the council hopes the consultation will help make it better and stronger. Dorian Pavro, Winchester News Online.
The University of Winchester cricket team are taking part in Movember this month in an attempt to raise awareness on issues in men's health. Charlie Swadling spoke to some of the team.
It's November, which means many men will be taking part in Movember, the charity which aims to help men in terms of mental health and suicide prevention, prostate cancer and testicular cancer. The University of Winchester cricket team are doing their part by participating and growing out on the moustaches to help raise awareness.
I know that it's quite a close thing for a few of the boys. It's a brilliant way to raise awareness, get everybody involved, get everybody out, raise some money for charity, which is what everybody loves to do. Definitely it brings everybody together. It raises awareness for an issue which isn't really taken that seriously in society at the moment.
But it might just be less out there as men maybe don't talk about it as much. There's maybe a stigma about it.
So, but I think it's getting a lot better in the light that's been shown on it.
So there are quite a few members of the team who've actually been experiencing mental health issues. I know personally I have in the past, but there's also members of the team whose friends and family who have been involved with this. There's been all sorts that have done it, and Movember is an excellent cause to actually help this and combat it. And the money that can be raised through it, the amount of things you can do for it is brilliant. Everyone will be up for donating everything.
I will be revisiting at the end of the month to see how well the team have grown their moustaches and how much money was raised. Charlie Swadling, Winchester News Online.
Now on to local business, with multiple shops, studios and restaurants, one of which featuring an award-winning prestige. Charlie Swadling also went to cover this one.
Rimji, the Indian restaurant and takeaway in Winchester, has recently been named Best Place for Curry in Hampshire and 4th Best Restaurant for Curry in the UK. Rimji received the honour at the Curry Life Awards and Gala Dinner 2022.
Actually, I would like to thank to my chef. I would like to thank to the customer. I would like to thank to my staff. Okay. I will try to my best, and I will look forward to the next step. Better service, good service, and look at the customer. Keep the quality and quantity. So this is I need to look forward all the time.
The restaurant had to undergo an assessment process, meaning judges visited on multiple occasions to view the premises and watch the chefs. The commemorative plate, which was won at the awards, now sits on the wall next to the entrance. The restaurant is well received among locals, and the staff also have good things to say about the working environment.
Rimji it's a family business, let's say it that way. We make sure that we come number one first, then we're going to make sure actually the customer is all right as well actually with us anyway, being happy. We want to have fun, as well as the customer is going to have fun with that too.
While there are many options for Asian food in Hampshire, with great tasting food that looks like this, it's not hard to see why Rimji is an award-winning restaurant in Winchester. Charlie Swadling, Winchester News Online.
Another fresh face in the town centre has travelled a long way finding a place to stay away from the southwest. Kurt Hill has the story.
A new family-owned independent shop has opened on Winchester High Street. Tilius is a gift shop that sells all kinds of unique art, including taxidermy, as well as other goods such as plant pots, candles, cosmetics, and all sorts of interior design. The shop has existed for 2 years but has only moved to Winchester recently from Tavistock, a small rural town in Devon. I spoke to the owner.
So we chose Winchester because a lot of the high streets are suffering at the moment, but Winchester High Street seems to be doing really, really well. We did look at a lot of areas, but Winchester sort of had that community feel, which was really, really brilliant. The overall decider was the footfall on the high street and how the high street here seems to be flourishing. The local market's really, really enjoying it, and hopefully it stays that way, touch wood.
The shop has already been very successful among the Winchester public, standing out as a shining example while high streets across the UK struggle. Kurt Hill, Winchester News Online.
Anyone wanting a workout now has a new place to visit, as Winchester became yet another location for a global business now, reaching over 1,750 locations worldwide. Tom Hooker went to see its opening.
The doors were finally open at Winchester's newest gym. Last Saturday, F45 Training became the latest addition to the city's high street. The global fitness brand wasting no time in getting their clients active in the fresh space.
Yeah, absolutely knackering, but feel revitalised and energised, ready to kickstart the day. I think you find it competitive. You're against everyone else. You're motivating each other on.
It's just knackering. Like you think 45 minutes, it will be, not that hard, but actually it was really, really hard.
But this isn't just your average gym though, as each visit is set into 45-minute sessions that are designed to push you to your limit.
F45, obviously it's a global franchise, and to have one in Winchester, one of the first outside of London, I think everyone was equally as excited as we are. It really felt like all the hard work had kind of come to fruition. What we offer as F45 is functional fitness, so that's a mixture of all training styles. We're science-driven, we're data-driven, like all our workouts, it's all backed by science.
They're faced with tough competition though, as just in the city centre, there are 3 other gyms. Time will only tell if they can push through and make a name for themselves in Winchester. Tom Hooker, Winchester News Online.
I'm a Celebrity Get Me Out of Here burst back onto our screens on Sunday night. This year, the show is back in the Australian jungle with a huge lineup of celebs. Hosted by Ant and Dec as usual, Boy George, Mike Tindall and Owen Warner are amongst the stars on the show. A fan favourite going into the jungle was Love Island star Olivia Attwood, who has since left the show for reasons beyond her control. Olivia's Instagram reads that we will hear from her the truth in due course, and she will appear back on our screens in the new year. The post also says, P.S. Who's going to roast Matt Hancock now? The former health secretary is yet to be seen in the jungle, but it has been hinted by the host that he will be appearing on the show very soon, as a latecomer alongside comedian Sean Walsh. And finally, the famous Winchester Christmas tree has been delayed due to sewage work on the high street. Our reporter, Oshan Davis, has the latest for us.
Thanks, Jen. I'm here in Winchester High Street where the giant 38-foot Christmas tree was meant to be erected yesterday morning, but due to sewage work by Southern Water, it had been delayed. I spoke with the organisers of the Christmas tree, Winchester Bid, who said Southern Water contacted them this weekend saying the urgent work must continue and the Christmas tree must be delayed until further notice. Back to you in the studio, Jen.
And that's all we've got time for this week. Thanks very much for watching and we'll see you next week. Bye bye.